And a very pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the Kern High Network's exclusive coverage of girls high school soccer today. We are in Arvin for a double dip between the varsity girls of Arvin taking on the Shafter Generals, and then later tonight at 6 it'll be the boys who will do battle. SSL action. It's going to be interesting no matter what records are, Kyle.
Yeah.
When these two teams play together, the SSL likes to get it going. It should be a nice matchup tonight for both the girls and boys.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, how it's just a grind for the SSL. There was a rain out about a week ago and all that, and so for Arvin, it's 3 straight. This is the third game, 3 straight that go on there. They had Cesar Chavez earlier up to Delano, and then they had hosted a game last night and then again tonight. But for the SSL, kind of flies under the radar a little bit, but think about the travel time that they have where they're going to the likes of Delano, they're going to Taft, they're going to Bakersfield, they're going to Arvin, they're going all over the place to Shafter. And so SSL, always quality soccer, as we've seen in the past few years in the Valley Championship and all that as well. Various levels, various divisions, we've seen SSL teams competing for that. So very excited to be here and have 2 of our current high school district schools that are kind of on the outskirts, that aren't in the greater Bakersfield area, that we can cover them and see exactly what they need to get going. So
Yeah, definitely. Well, we take a look at this Arvin team, and Arvin in the finals last year, in the Valley Finals, and losing 3 seniors, very difficult, very young team. But they battle. They're very competitive. They have a very solid goalkeeper. They have a couple of top players in Andrea Gordillo, as well as Cynthia Magana.
Yeah.
And it should be, I think if there's one area that Arvin really needs to focus on, it's trying to get the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think soccer at the high school level is a little bit more offensive game, as you see as you go up the ranks in college and professionals. The skill levels in every position seems to be really good, except for the likes of like the Messis and the Cristiano Ronaldos that are just once in a generation type players. But for the high school game, I think this Arvin team's been predicated the last few years about having top-notch scorers. And as you talked about, a young team this year, as they're still trying to find their rhythm and all that, they got to be able to take possession of the ball and get opportunities to shoot that. And we've seen this in soccer this year on the Kern High Network. The teams that struggle with the possession or, struggle to have it, to get shots, are really going to struggle to win the ball games and all that.
Yeah, and Shafter, they're right in the thick of things in the SSL. They're 2-2 in league. And their player who really drives the team, their catalyst, their engine, head coach, Luis Cruz has said, is Sydney Mejia, number 19. She is definitely one to watch for the Generals.
Yeah, she's got about 8 or 9 goals, and Coach actually said that she has about 5 when it comes to league play, and he thinks that they're clicking right at the right time. So we're going to be curious to see when number 19 has the ball on her foot, where she's going to be able to place that and get that going. And sometimes if you have one dominant player in soccer, as you do in basketball, the other team knows about that. They're going to collapse on that. So I'm curious to see how some of the other players they're going to be starting that are around, or some of those midfielders that push up and get some offensive opportunities, see what they can do to score and to help complement number 19 that out there on the field.
Yeah, and head coach Luis Cruz says that, he's very happy with his team. He says when he substitutes, the rest of his team contributes well, and they all feed off of Sydney Mejia. So we'll see what happens with that. It should be a good one. Forget about the records. Yes, Arvin is at the bottom of the SSL, but they have really battled, coming off a tough 2-0 loss last night against Wasco, and Shafter, of course, played Tuesday night. So they've had one day off.
Yeah, one day off to go on there. So excited about this. And, you can't get anything more picturesque than being out here at Arvin. You absolutely love it. You got kind of the little bit of the fog that's settling right at the base of Bear Mountain. Miguel, get us a little shot of this beauty that's out here.
Yeah.
And we got Miguel on the camera with us tonight. But the Bear Mountain area is absolutely beautiful. We're out here earlier in the Kern High Network. Arvin High and Miramonte and football, and very excited to see Carlos Norsgaray, who's on the varsity boys team, one of their leading scorers, was also one of their top talents in football, kind of a do-it-all, kind of jackknife utility type player, first team All-SSL in football. Like to see his athleticism, see what he can do out on the soccer field. Great kid, has really come a long way, both in the classroom and his maturation and all that stuff too as well. So excited to have that.
Yeah, it should definitely be a fun one tonight.
Yeah.
As we have the double dip, Shafter and Arvin. And these two teams, of course, were supposed to play at Shafter and then made the nice little switcheroo to get both teams to get them both on the air.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited. Anytime we can promote as many kids as we want. And, we were initially trying to get this broadcast in Spanish. We ventured into Spanish broadcasting this year. But, for some of the people that we had that were going to call the game, it just didn't end up working, as a few of our broadcasters are actually coaches at other schools and are playing the same night. So we just couldn't be able to make the switch. But nonetheless, as kids have the day off tomorrow while the teachers have to be back in meetings all day, we're excited to finish off this event. Looking around, we got our officials that are about ready to go in the next few minutes, and I'm excited about having this. And ladies and gentlemen, if you need any type of 80s cover band, I've heard that Mr. Rick Hudgens is in the business of 80s cover band, primarily Billy Joel. No, looking at that. But I heard you're quite the musician, the Renaissance man that's out there. Not only does he teach English, he calls sporting events and all that, but he also does some music and stuff. Thought I'd embarrass you just a little bit on that. Are you on the guitar? Are you on the drums? Or are you lead vocalist?
I'm the lead vocalist.
Wow.
Play some guitar, but mainly lead vocals.
Any preferences on what you like to play or anything like that?
I like a lot of 80s. I like a lot of alternative music. I enjoy classic rock as well, but really when it comes down to it, 80s and alternative is my forte. The stuff that I enjoy the most. Little Billy Idol.
Okay.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, I wish you would have seen the look on his face when I brought that up. He's like, "How did you know about that?" I got my sources on people as we look at it.
Sounds like something Matt Gwynn might have told you.
Not Matt Gwynn.
No.
I got my sources. He's the principal at Miramonte, but I won't tell you any names that go on there. So
yes, Will Sandoval. So it should be. We'll see if any fog rolls in as this game progresses. You mentioned last night, Kyle, that it's halfway through the game it got a little soupy.
Yeah, especially in the varsity game. And I was talking to Ralph Gonzalez, the athletic director here at Arvin. He says, I don't know if we're just hoping that the time would keep ticking, because it was getting a little dense, a little heavy as we're going out there. If we look at the captains tonight, we have Sydney Mejia, number 19, for Shafter that's out there that we talked about. And we got Naomi Roque, who's also out there too as well. Curious to see. They got the captain badges that are on there. Very excited to be part of that. A lot of cool things this year with Shafter. Anytime I see Shafter, I got to give a shout-out to my people that are out there. But I really had a blast. And if you ever had a chance, Rick, to see the Shafter-Wasco Rival Football Week, it is just a spectacle in and of itself. Miguel was actually out there, kind of helped photo documenting the whole experience, and we live-streamed it. And it was just a wonderful thing. Who are the captains tonight for Arvin?
For tonight, we've got number 18, and that is Kate Chavez, the senior. She's a goal threat.
Yeah.
And also a goal threat, and she's a center back. And also we have I think that's number 8 right there.
Yeah,
Karen Ramirez. Yeah, so Karen Ramirez and Kate Chavez. Karen Ramirez playing her 7th game tonight, and Kate Chavez, the senior, she is in the top 25, both in points as well as goals scored in the SSL. So we'll see what happens in this one.
I'm excited about these teams. We've talked about the SSL. They fly under the radar maybe a little bit because of all the attention that the schools in Bakersfield have. We have 15 schools in Bakersfield and about 3 schools on the outskirts, 4 schools on the outskirts. But if you look at like Cesar Chavez boys won Valley last year, Arvin boys were in the Valley Championship last year, Arvin girls were in the Valley Championship. There's a lot of soccer talent that's around there. When I was the athletic director at South High School and they went on their three-peat of 3 Valley Championships plus the state championship, the tougher games are always some of those SSL schools that are out there because soccer becomes life. It's part of the community. It's part of the fabric that bonds the family and all that stuff together. So as we get going right here, as teams get set and organized and we get ready to go, excited to see what these two teams have to offer.
So Shafter will be clad in their navy blue and white kit, and Arvin in their home white jerseys, red shorts, white socks. Head coach of the Shafter Generals in his first season is Luis Cruz. Arvin's head coach is in his 4th year, Luis Teo. And we are about ready to get this underway. Referees clad in their fluorescent green. Quite distinguishable from the two teams.
And if you look at Stephanie Vega and Priscilla Barajas as they're looking to get things going for Shafter, kind of looks like they have a 2 forward formation to start out, and we're going to see how they drop back. One thing about soccer we know, it's a quick transition back and forth game, so people got to fill in their lanes. I kind of relate it because, you know, we talk about football, and I'm a football player, but one thing I know, I kind of relate soccer just a little bit of kind of a special teams play. Like everybody's got to drop back in their lanes. You got to have proper spacing, and you don't have that. That's where you see ineffectiveness and all that stuff too. So soccer, you really got to drop back into your lanes and get to your spots, and you got to trust in your teammates that they're going to be in their spots too as well.
Absolutely, and Shafter will start in their 3-1-4-2 formation with an outstanding sweeper, number 1, Crystal Robles, and Arvin will be in the 4-4-2. So we are underway. Arvin will pick it up, number 23, Andrea Gordillo. Shafter takes it away. Here's number 13, Naomi Roque. Stolen away by the Bears. Back the other way, trying to work it up the left side. Shafter able to defend, try to get it to the middle. And here's number 10, Barajas.
These first 10 minutes are so critical as you're trying to figure out how they're going to play you defensively as Arvin's going to drop back a number of players, but just trying to figure out, you know, what are the areas, what are the spots in which you can attack and get those goals, those quick strike goals and all that too as well. So, you know, maybe there's a little nerves, maybe a little bit there as the first time they're kind of playing each other, trying to feel each other out. They do know about each other in previous years, but we'll see what happens right now.
So it'll be the ball went over the goal line. So free kick for Arvin. Try to settle things. Shafter the intercept. Here's 13, Roque. Now Arvin back the other way, trying to work it up the right side. Stolen away by the Generals. And now in midfield, here's number 10, Priscilla Barajas.
You know, one thing I really, you know, you see that the captain, a big thing is Naomi Roque, number 13. She's kind of that center back right there that just is the glue on everything. Kind of, you know, I always have to use football terms so I can relate what they remind me of. But that like middle linebacker type that really anchors the defense but can also push forward on offense if need be. And that's probably why she has the captain badge. Could she probably play other positions and do all that? But that center back is so critical in the game of soccer.
Yeah, it's so important to have that leadership, especially with a lot of younger players on the team. You got to have somebody who's going to grab the team and say, this is the way that we do things, and keeps the freshmen and sophomores positive, but also making them realize how difficult it is at the varsity level. Throw in for Arvin on the far sideline. Here's Gordillo, the right side, and cleared away by the Shafter back line. So it'll be a throw in Arvin. 37-18, we're in the 37th minute. Just underway, first half. The Arvin Bears hosting the Shafter Generals. Shafter at 2-2. Arvin 0-6, but don't let the record fool you. They are well coached, just been struggling to get offense going. Nice footwork on the outside there by Shafter's Jackie Gomez. And now up ahead, Shafter trying to break. Good defensive play there by the Arvin backline. Salma Valdivinos able to clear it. Throw in Generals. Headed up in the air, controlled by Shafter. Bounces around. And out of play. Throw in Generals. Nope, throw in Bears.
One thing we're going to talk about with Arvin, we talked about it before game, only one goalkeeper. And sometimes that puts a lot of pressure if you don't have someone back it up on there. Don't know if Shafter knows about that, but I'm curious to see the game that Lizeth Navarro plays back there to see how she can maintain that, to see if they attack her early on to do the Shafter Generals. I know they want to do that, but, you know as well as I know you don't have a solid backup. That means you got to bring another player out there that sometimes is your best athlete that you got to bring out there so you have that.
Shafter able to get that back to Lupe Sanchez, the sophomore goalkeeper. She wears number 80. So for the Generals, Naomi Murillo, number 12. Crystal Robles, number 1. Number 19, Ana Mejia. In midfield, number 3, Ariana Gill. Number 13, Naomi Roque. And now Shafter with the turn. Chance in front, right into the awaiting arms of Lizeth Navarro. But a good chance for Shafter with a 2-on-1 there and unable to find the back of the net.
And if I'm Jacqueline Gomez, I may take another step or two up there. Really gather yourself. Maybe it's nerves. It's sometimes if you're so wide open, you get a little nervous right there. And she had a great shot right there. But if she maybe takes another dribble and gets the better shot that goes on there, because I think it looks like she kind of froze a little bit and just went right at the goalie right there. But nonetheless, I'd like to see that left side maybe cross it across the goal, make her have to show her athleticism as a keeper.
Foul committed by the Bears, so it'll be a free kick, 25 yards out, and let's see who'll take it. It's so difficult sometimes to see the girls' numbers because of those long ponytails.
That was the striker Mejia right there that had an opportunity right there, and once again is able to fall just a little short.
Yeah, Sydney Mejia, number 19, Jackie Gomez, number 9 on the outside and up front, number 10, Priscilla Barajas, and number 4, Steph Vega. For Arvin, their back line, number 24, Gina Torres, number 9, Flor Torres, number 18, Kate Chavez, number 7, Angie Gonzalez. In midfield, number 11, Sarahi Salazar, number 21, Sylvia Cruz, number 6, Salma Valdivinos, number 8, Karen Ramirez, and up top, number 23, Andrea Gordillo, and number 22, Cynthia Magana. And as we mentioned, Lupe Sanchez in goal for Shafter, Lizeth Navarro in goal for the Bears. Shafter will clear it out of play. Throw in Arvin into the 33rd minute. Still looking for some flow to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. That energy that comes there. And if I'm Arvin, I'm going to try and take as many shots as I can. And sometimes it may be a little sporadic, maybe a little bit out of control, but sometimes when you're sitting at 0-6, you got nothing to lose. And if I'm a coach, say, let her rip, play aggressive, do the best we can, and press to score, because you never know. In soccer, you got those cracks that they can kind of leak through and all that stuff. So we're trying to figure out how to get those scoring opportunities.
Absolutely, and you never know with the fields as well. What's going to happen could easily take a deflection.
Yep.
But you never know unless you put the ball on goal. So it'll be throw in Shafter. To the middle. Trying to settle, taken away by number 19. There's Sydney Mejia. Out to the left.
Great ball for her teammates. Got to have a little bit more control. on the far side for Shafter, but overall Mejia demonstrating some of the ball skills that she has. You know, she played forward. We saw her early on. She is a striker, but then she's kind of dropped back a little bit and trying to anchor maybe the backside of Shafter and give some scoring opportunities for her teammates.
Yeah, she definitely is a player who links up play between the back and the forward line. Sort of a support. Nice play there by Roque. Controlling the ball nicely. Finding some space over the top. And just a little out of the reach of the strike force of Barajas and Vega.
And if I'm Arvin, coach, I got to be telling my defenders, you got to drop back. And if I'm Shafter, coach, hey, Roque, keep taking those chances, those shots, because you've seen it time and time again. They may have been long on that one, but the next one they may get that perfect ball in there for those forwards to get in there and get some goals.
Yeah, and sometimes those are the most dangerous to deal with for a back line, especially when they're running towards their own goal, trying to defend. Never hurts to try and send one over the top. So free kick, Shafter. Now they'll work it up the right flank, over to the right. There's Jackie Gomez. Gomez to the middle.
Good ball.
Mejia. It's inside the 18. Mejia pops one up inside the box. Loose ball and sailed all the way over the bar. Had a little more time.
Yeah. We talked about that earlier on right there, but Roque had some time. She just, if she gathers herself, organizes her feet, organizes the ball, she can get out there and I think could take another step or two and get that line drive instead of that floater over across the top. But, hey, sometimes in soccer when you're wide open, it's tough. People freeze up a little bit.
Yeah, no one came out to close her down. Shafter trying to control it in the offensive third now to the right and out of play. So it'll be a throw in for the Bears.
You know, Sydney Mejia is just demonstrating her ability to control the ball with her feet, pass it to teammates. I didn't think that was a bad ball right there, but, you know, she is able to demonstrate some things and make her teammates better. And so mark of a good leader, mark of a good player. So special opportunity to watch.
Yeah, Sydney Mejia, the senior leader on this team. Nice job to handle that. Chests it down. Loose ball, Arvin trying to clear. Now work their way out. Stolen away by Shafter. Long shot. And right into the arms of Lizeth Navarro.
Ariana Gill, kind of the left back over there on the other side, has had some opportunities and some runs right there, and Roque was trying to look for her right there to have a scoring opportunity.
Priscilla Barajas controlling. Pass cut off. Good battle for it. Barajas got it back, but nice job by the Arvin defense. And now foul is committed by the Bears, so it'll be a free kick for the Generals. About 25 yards out. To the right of goalkeeper Navarro. Shafter will send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 in the box. Arvin with 6 on defense and a long shot into the arms. She had to come off her line and makes the save.
Navarro with a nice little save right there. The ball was bouncing around a little bit, and she was able to stay with it and allow for her to get the save right there.
Yeah, Shafter player was waiting right there on the doorstep, but she didn't cough it up. Here come the Generals the other way now into the middle. Mejia can't handle it. Arvin up ahead. Plays onside. Trying to get to it is number 16.
You know, I like what Shafter's trying to do. They just had it's like an inch away from really having a good effective. They just haven't found that rhythm of passing the ball. And I know they do their touch drills and just their footwork every day,
Mm-hmm.
where it's one touch, one pass, all of that. And I think if they start to clean that up a little more, get a little more organized, you know, sometimes I've seen in soccer games where the coach doesn't even say, go work on drills right now, go work on passing so they can get them on there. And I think that could be an effective strategy to really have them work on the game that they have.
Yeah, definitely. It's a chance for the Generals. Nice defense there by Arvin, trying to push it ahead. Intercepted by number 7, Cindy Polito. Out to the right now. Taken away by Arvin. And that will be I believe that's a throw-in for the Generals.
A little bit of contact by the bench. And you know what? I kind of like what the official's saying. Talk to him first. Give him an opportunity. I don't think it was malicious. I think it's just a play for the ball. I don't think they're trying to get in a fight. And sometimes the physical nature happens. And I'm glad that the officials had to talk to first. And hopefully they can get that figured out.
Definitely. It's a contact sport.
Yep.
Out to the left now. Shafter trying to work up the left side. Runs right into the defender. Nice footwork, spinning away. It's Crystal Robles out on the left there, the sweeper. Now coming away with his Mejia.
Great ball.
Ahead. Out to the left, 2 players. One running to make the run to the far post, and it is kicked out of bounds by Arvin. It'll be the first corner of the match for the Generals.
Good idea on Barajas right there to try and cross it back into the middle where the traffic get those opportunities. But like you said, right now we get this corner kick, and a lot of high school soccer is predicated on those set pieces. Ooh. Blast right there that we saw as I'm talking, but high school soccer is predicated on those set pieces from the corner where they can got to get organized and all that stuff. I remember at South High, that soccer team, Coach Brian Smith, spent hours and hours with his team working on those set pieces, and they get those corner kicks, and a majority of their goals were scored off that because they would have different variations, kind of like those inbound plays that you see that are so effective in basketball.
Absolutely. You run them well, you do your job, you always have a shot to score.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Arvin will have it, free kick. Foul committed by Shafter, 20. We're in the 25th minute of action here. Played out to the left. We're trying to get it ahead, stolen away. Here's Cindy Polito. And that's taken away. Ooh, looks like she's kicked on the right foot. She'll shake it off. Out to the right now. Jackie Gomez. It'll be a throw-in for the Generals.
I keep going back to this, but it's just hard. You know, you want to talk about all the players you can, but when you see good players out there, you start to pick on what makes them good. So you had Sydney Mejia drops back, controls the ball to her teammate, they allow for good practice, and at the same time, an effective communicator that's directing where to go, knows where to go. Hey, let's get it out over here. Understanding the cognizant side of soccer she brings to the table. So,
yeah, definitely. Just like another coach on the field, Sydney Mejia. Been everywhere so far. Easily recognizable with her red cleats.
That captain badge also helps out a little bit too, you know, look at. And I like Roke's game too. You got two cogs right in the middle that make Shafter go. So I think Coach likes using them not necessarily as the striker forward position, but kind of in that middle. They can really shore up and utilize their soccer skills both on the offense and defensive side. Sometimes smart when your best players, if they're your dominant best players, to have them, to get as much as you can out of them.
Yeah, Mejia and Roque, the 2 seniors, long ball. And took an interesting hop into the arms of Lupe Sanchez. She'll send it back to midfield. Headed up by Jackie Gomez. Now Arvin trying to break and offside.
you have a number 16 on there? Or hopefully we can get that on there. Maybe it's Kate
Yeah.
Chavez looking on that at the 18 spot, but hopefully we can get an updated number on there for you. We apologize to anyone that's out there, but we'll make sure we'll figure out that number. She's had a great game. If we're looking at that, I mean, she's had maybe 1 or 2 scoring opportunities, but she's kind of been disruptive and been hustling at that forward position for the Arvin Bears.
It looks like it. No, there's Gordillo. It may be
Okay, Chavez.
Valdivinos. Maybe number 6, Valdivinos.
We'll get it figured out at halftime and make sure that we have everything correct.
Shafter inside the box, cross attempt, cleared away by Arvin. Throw in Shafter. But you see Shafter trying to work the flanks, get those crosses in. On their only corner kick, they went with a short corner. So throw in on the far sideline. Headed into the path of Shafter player, and now Mejia comes away with it. She'll settle it back to Roque. Now Jackie Gomez trying to get it back on the give and go, and goes out of play. So throw in Arvin into the 21st minute, and Arvin will make a substitution, and that will be number 8, Karen Ramirez. And Karen Ramirez will replace number 21, Sylvia Cruz, in midfield.
For Shafter, I'm wondering what these adjustments are going to be made, because eventually I know you want to play back and you have your best players that are kind of shoring up the middle, but eventually you may have to make some adjustments and take some of those and maybe put them in striking position so they get their opportunities to score, especially if nothing's really going either way. You're playing against a team that has failed to find victory in league, so eventually they're going to have to take their chances. I think they're playing just a little conservative right now. Even though they had opportunities early, I think they could be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, and we have to bear in mind they did play a full game yesterday.
They played,
3 games in a row, not easy. And head coach Luis Teo said that it was a 24-hour swing between the game on Tuesday to Wednesday, and then Wednesday to today was 18 hours. And gosh.
Yeah, but they're teenagers. They played in and that's one thing. They played in tournaments, and they've done have had this grind that lead up to the season and all that stuff. So I think right now, and I know it's a big grind, a big mishap that they have 3 straight games, but nonetheless, I think they can handle it out there in soccer. Mismatch right here. Good ball.
On the right, towards the goal, making the run on the near post and getting the shot away, but just wide, is number 4, Steph Vega, the senior. So a couple shot attempts for Shafter. And
there was a mismatch. It looked like a 4-on-3 kind of break right there for the Shafter Generals, but just unfortunately we're able to convert on that. I thought there was some initial good passing, but then towards the end as they're getting ready to score, a little bit of mishaps right here. So it's those opportunities as you get closer, you got to calm down a little bit and organize a little bit more, not only physically but mentally as well.
Valdivinos will spray it out to the left. Gordillo coming all the way back to help. And nice defensive play by Pulido, who's way back, but now Arvin gets it back. 3-on-5 out to the left. Try to work the left side now. Gordillo into the box. Loose ball. And cleared away by Shafter. But Arvin controls.
One thing about Arvin, they still, I kind of look at, as you're kind of looking forward where the ball's going, I'm looking back defensively, and it always seems at one time they got 4 girls drop back because they probably know about those scoring opportunities that Shafter has had. So it's a good approach. You know what I mean? If you're down, you want to keep the score down a little bit, because if the ball were to switch, it's 4-on-2, and Arvin has the advantage defensively over the Shafter offense.
Yeah, definitely. We talked about Arvin's struggles to score so far this year. They scored 6 goals and given up 22, and in league, no goals and 11 against. So they try to keep that tight defensive formation and try to take advantage of any set pieces that they are able to attain. Now, long ball over the top into the arms of Sanchez, the goalkeeper. Out left. Nice job there by Priscilla Barajas. Out to the left. Back to Barajas. Up ahead. Trying to fight for it is Mejia. And we'll see what this has got to be a card. We'll see. She grabbed the jersey.
And it was inside the box. It may be a PK.
It's right on the edge.
No card. It didn't look like there was a card that was given.
No card. Free kick taken and just over the top by Mejia. That was a quick free kick, and she nearly scored it just on the edge of the 18. Sails over the bar, and now we've seen Mejia miss twice on good opportunities, but she's right there.
And I got to say this, I've called a few games. This is our second game calling together now. We did basketball earlier. I love the lefty kick right there. It's beautiful, thing of beauty. That's why I like Lionel Messi so much, is that lefty. It's so different being a lefty myself, but that was a blast. And you see the talent. It just, like I said, it's tough to, when you see great talent out there, not to just keep looking at that, but there's a different zip on her ball than we've seen other girls tonight that have, and it was just demonstrated right there.
Yeah, no question about that. Mejia is a tough player, and hopefully we'll see her move on to the next level in some capacity. Kevin Willie on his way up to the top.
Yeah. All-star cast production crew going on.
Here's Shafter. Try to settle it now. And that was a handball against the Bears, so it'll be a free kick for the Generals. Into the 15th minute of action, first half. We are scoreless from Arvin on an absolutely gorgeous Thursday evening. Right near the mountains. Nice, clean, fresh air.
We haven't said that a whole lot in Bakersfield over the past few years to look at. Every now and again we get it.
It's nice to be in the mountains. Here's a long shot in the middle, and Mejia made the run. She was onside. Good distribution by Priscilla Barajas, but just out of the reach of Mejia.
Well, yeah, to Stephanie Vega, number 4, I think had a good run right there that you had on there. So that was number 10, Barajas. It could have gone either way, a shot on there or Vega going right there, and it's close. So if I'm Shafter, it could be frustrated that we're not getting those goals, but it's close right there that we look at. So
that long shot into the arms of goalkeeper Navarro. Yeah, Steph Vega, according to head coach Luis Cruz, a fast player, very physical, and we've seen that a number of times. She's able to look for the cracks in the defense. She makes good runs, just no payoff yet, but she's been close. And now Arvin trying to work it up the right, settled by Crystal Robles, the sweeper, up the left flank. Shafter trying to come the other way. Nice play there by Ariana Gill. Headed up. Loose ball in the box. Arvin trying to clear, and they will just get it out. But Mejia tried to settle. Nice defense there by the Bears. And Shafter will win it back and try to settle it. So we've seen Cindy Polito, who plays the top of that 3-1-4-2, the diamond defense. She is back supporting the back three most of the time instead of moving up in the play. Here's Arvin up the left.
I'm going to call it right now. Stephanie Vega is going to get that first goal. She is right around. She has flirted with that area almost all night, and I know she plays that forward position, but she's had some opportunities, and the ball is just beyond her grasp here or there. So
it'll be throw in for the Generals to the middle. Arvin defends. Now trying to get it back. Here's Gordillo. Ahead. Defended well, midfield. Coming all the way back to help out there is Mejia. Now trying to work up the right, but can't keep the ball in play. So a throw in for the Bears in the 12th minute.
Had a good game for Arvin that I've noticed. It seems to be around the ball a little bit, kind of playing that center back a little bit, is number 6, Salma Valdivinos, right there in the center of the field. He's had a great game tonight, kind of controlling and kind of anchoring that back part of the defense, and she's able to help out on offense when she can, but she's overall had a pretty solid game tonight.
Yeah, she and Andrea Gordillo, number 23, has probably had the most touches for the Bears. Throw in for Arvin. Near touchline. Head coach Luis Teo has put on his parka.
Essential for soccer.
Yes.
As well as the scarf he's got on too as well, which you wore last week at your Liberty Frontier game, I noticed. So
it's in the car. I just didn't bring it out.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh, nice defensive cut there by Gordillo. After trying to track it down, good hustle on that back line. Arvin had 2 players hanging out on the 18. And neither one of them able to get it. And now making a run all the way on her back line, all the way up the left flank, and trying to get it to Mejia, or excuse me, to Vega, and it's cleared by the Bears. So a throw in for Shafter, but man, what a run, and no payoff. But
and now she's got to turn around and run all the way back to get on defense. You sometimes as a coach don't want that as much, but you know, sometimes if your conditioning is good, I guess you want to do that, but you want your defenders to stay back just in case. We know the game of soccer is such a turnaround. Oh, such a turnaround, such a transitional game right there, and almost an opportunity again. That's number 10, Priscilla Barajas. They have their opportunities. It's just like an inch, a foot away from really connecting on that.
Yeah, Barajas off the throw-in, just a harmless left-footed strike. She had the whole far side of the goal open. Arvin on the takeaway, and that player who made that full run is the sweeper, Crystal Robles, who really is the defensive glue for the Generals. And now it'll be a goal kick for Shafter. So a couple shots on goal for, 3 shots on goal for the Generals. Still looking for the breakthrough here. Scoreless in the 9th minute. And substitution will be number 11 for the Bears. Sari Salazar, who started the match. And she will replace number 10.
And we'll get a number for that, too, as well. We got to look on that. So let's see if I got update right here. So we have this number 10, Clarissa Vaca. And then number 16, Maria Martinez. So we have that updated right there, too, as well, with rosters that are provided by Ralph Gonzalez, the athletic director, Arvin High School. So
yeah, that certainly helps.
A little bit more updated than the updated ones we got just a few hours ago. So
I was thinking,
ebb and flow and changing. Here we go.
I was thinking that 3 games in a row, one of the jerseys might be dirty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Assuming you play 2 home matches. So, but now we've got that cleared away. Here's Arvin trying to move things offensively. It'll be a throw in for the Bears again.
Starting to get a little bit colder now, huh?
I'll try to settle it, work it up to the right side. Karen Ramirez taken away by Shafter. Now I'll try to get it to the middle. Mejia with the turn. Correction, that's Roque, 13 with the turn. After trying to settle, Arvin gets it back. Trying to make the run. Clear it out to the right side now. Angie Mejia to midfield. Sydney Mejia to the middle. Barajas. Nice job of controlling. Good defense by Arvin to come back and mark. Nice defensive play there. The midfielder.
And that's Salma Valdivinos that we talked about earlier. You said had a lot of touches. Great ball right here.
Oh.
Ooh.
And if I'm not an Arvin player, you got to make a little burst there. That was a beautiful ball.
Yeah, Gordillo needs to maybe get a little bit, more of that effort, or is that number 2, Cynthia Magana? Yeah. I will tell you this about Arvin. I mean, just looking at this, and we talk about the defenders that dropped back. They got 4 or 5, especially coming off a Valley Championship team where you probably had some special players on there. It makes sense that you have your sophomores play defense first, and then the offense will come that gets on there, because those stops are going to have to happen anywhere on the field. And so, maybe they're not grooming for this year, but they're grooming for when these girls are seniors.
Yeah.
You see the amount of sophomores on there. It's got to tell you something. They're going to have this varsity experience that is so invaluable that you and I have seen throughout the years in any sport. Whenever you have a sophomore on there, there's something there, but then eventually it may not be for that year you're playing for that sophomore, but 2 years down the road.
Cross into the box, comes in low, and almost an own goal by the Arvin defender, but able to corral it is Navarro, the goalkeeper. So once again, Shafter trying to work up that left flank and get balls into the box, but still unable to break through. Yeah, you see it all over. I mean, more and more. I did the game last Friday, the Liberty Frontier, big, Northwest Derby, and a lot of freshmen and sophomore playing on both sides, especially the Frontier defense. Coach Max Blumo, really has a great deal of confidence in those young players, and by the time they're juniors and seniors, they are definitely going to be battle tested and ready to roll. And of course, Liberty plays the number 6, McMahon, and she plays left back, but she moves up and she'll play on the wing as a freshman, and she has a lot of responsibility as well. So,
and I think those freshmen and sophomores, as they get going, is their freshman year, they get it figured out that, hey, there are a lot of skilled people on this varsity level, but the difference is that fitness and getting to the next level each year. These are bigger. I mean, you go from playing with 8th graders to playing with seniors in the scope of a year, and I think that's the big difference where they got to learn after their freshman year, probably learn the off-season routine of what it takes, the physicality, how to up the game, do all of that, where they continue to grow and grow and grow. Great ball.
Nice ball out to the right. Jackie Gomez. It will be a corner for Shafter. Jackie Gomez able to knock that off the Bear player, so it'll be a corner kick. This will be Shafter's second of the match. They will send 4 in the box, now 5.
And I think Jackie Gomez has got to be a little more aggressive with stopping the ball. I think she was a little too lackadaisical in her approach. And once again, great ball. That's Sydney Mejia.
Here's a corner near post, headed out. It'll be a second corner for Sydney Mejia.
Love the lefty kick. You got to clap it up. Love seeing it.
So Pam Barajas with 6 goals on the season, and now a third straight corner, defended well by Arvin. Arvin playing 5 right across the goal line, and then 3, 1 just inside the 6, and then 2 inside the box. So all hands on deck here. Just 2 players out of the box for Arvin. Mejia will try again. Look for number 4, Vega. Look for number 10, Barajas. Loose ball. Defended well, but taken back by Vega. And a long shot by Mejia sails wide to the right. So We're nearly into stoppage time. First half still scoreless from Arvin High School. The Shafter Generals with a record of 2-2 in South Sequoia League play. Trying to make it 3-2, right in the middle of the pack with 7 teams in the SSL. Arvin at 0-6, but defending mightily, and always a physical contest. Up ahead, here comes Shafter through midfield. Work it back, good defense by Arvin. And now that will be a throw-in for the Bears as we are into first half stoppage time. Throw in on the far sideline.
And if I'm Arvin High and I can go in this as either as a tie or up, I'm excited about this because we're playing a very talented, tough Shafter team, and we haven't been able to score a whole lot if I'm Arvin, and so they got to be excited about that because Shafter's had a lot of opportunities on that. If I'm Shafter, I'm also excited because we let a lot of opportunities on the counter, and they got to figure out how to execute and finish it off a little bit.
Yeah, Shafter certainly had their share of the ball, but unable to get one in the back of Lizette Navarro's goal. Still scoreless. Throw in Arvin. Shafter will come away with it. There's Mejia up the left, trying to pass to the middle, stolen away. Now Barajas gets it back on the left. Gets by her defender, cross in the box. Shafter can't get it. Good job by Arvin to clear. 35 yards out. Just inside the 18. Another chance. Loose ball. And she fell harmlessly, so it'll be a goal kick for Arvin. So no cards in the match. We saw early a little bit of physical play, something that might have been questionable right on the 18. But,
yeah, absolutely.
But
overall, pretty clean match. Not bad. Both teams playing tough.
They certainly are. Here's Barajas now. Knocked down, and that'll be a foul against the Bears. And it will be assessed to number 6, Salma Valdivinos, who, as Kyle's mentioned, has been all over the field. And we have reached halftime. Scoreless at Arvin High School between the Shafter Generals and the Arvin Bears. An old rivalry renewed here. And we'll take a break on the Kern High Network. Was that right?
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at goarmy.com/team.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story
and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
We're learning a lot about how mobile apps are made, the programming and coding that goes into it, along with the time and effort. Along with that is also the entrepreneurship of the class, learning how to run our own business.
We're also learning basic marketing skills, people skills, graphic design, and social media marketing so that they can freelance, they can work on their own, they can apply for a job, they can go to BC or Cal State or any other university who offers programs that are specific within the mobile app development concentration or business concentration.
With my future and career, I do plan on being somewhat of an entrepreneur, owning my own business, sort of a clothing brand line. And so this will definitely help me out with possibly an app for my company, and the entrepreneur part helping me be able to run my business smoothly as I can make it go.
Right now we're learning the different roles, what a game designer is, what they do, and how video games are made and how to deconstruct them.
We're also going to be teaching the hard skills, which includes learning the Unreal Engine. And what the Unreal Engine is it's a game development tool that students will be able to use to make their very own video games. And this is something that actually industry professionals use every day to make some of the top-selling games. They're all the same size. You're all on the same plane. There's no undulating terrain or anything like that.
Our instructor, he's really amazing. He encourages everybody. He's really fun and he makes learning fun.
So they've got top-of-the-line computers here and they're set up to excel. I would be surprised if other students their age coming out of high school would have anywhere near the level of expertise that these guys are going to have.
And welcome back to Arvin High School, where the Shafter Generals and Arvin Bears, ladies variety, scoreless at halftime. And pretty much we've seen Shafter play a lot in the offensive third, but unable to score. Had some nice runs. We've seen Vega do well. We've seen Barajas, as well as, of course, Sidney Mejia, but still unable to break through. And Arvin, playing tough, defended 3 corners in a row there. near the end of the half and was successful in keeping Shafter off the scoreboard. Your thoughts, Kyle?
I talked about it all first half. He had a great half. You can just definitely see, in my estimation, probably the top talent that we have on the field. Mm-hmm. They had their opportunities off by inches, off by feet, off by just a little bit, but I think those scoring opportunities are going to come available. I will say this, I like Arvin's approach, drop back about 4 or 5 on defense at a time, and yet, Shafter was still able to get in there. I'm just looking at our screen and looking at everything. Absolutely beautiful right here. This purple and orange and all this stuff that we have here. Kevin Willie, great job on capturing that. You're making us look good with this backdrop right here as well. But, if I'm Shafter, I think it's just business. Keep doing what you're doing. Those opportunities are going to come available. But like we've talked about all night and like the coach talked to us before the game is those scoring opportunities for Arvin have been tough all year, and they may have just a few, nowhere near compared to how many Shafter had. So I'm just curious to see if they make any adjustments and they bring a little bit more help offensively, or if they continue to play back a little bit throughout the course of the game.
Well, what I'd like to see out of Arvin is they've had some openings there. They've had players up. They've had numbers. They just need to be a little more aggressive, a little more assertive on the offensive end, and they'll get some opportunities.
Absolutely. Very exciting. We have some, big events that are coming up that we look at. Tomorrow, big basketball game, Centennial against BHS at BHS on the Kern High Network, and that is you talk about two teams that it's just like a track meet going on inside a basketball gym. It's fun to watch, as we've seen, early in the season, first 2 games in the Kern High Network to start off basketball. We had Centennial against North High in the grand opening of North High's new gym and Lloyd Williams Court, and then the very next day we had BHS Ridgeview, and that's when BHS hit a buzzer beater to win the game to kind of get them going for the season. Both those teams have definitely grown as we kind of gone throughout the season. And then next week we get into some more soccer to look at. We have East against Ridgeview, boys soccer. We have Golden Valley East and girls soccer, and then we have Foothill Miramonte boys basketball, and we have Liberty and Centennial boys basketball, which will be another great game to look at. So we got a lot of things coming up in the Kern High Network, and we're doing these positive things. We got a lot of people behind the scenes. We talk about Kevin Willie, who's been with us since the beginning of last year, that's been right on par with us. We got Miguel right here, does a lot of video work for the district and does a lot of extra things to help get us going where we need to go. We also have a cameraman that's out here, Javier, who's done a lot of different work for us out there. He's actually going to be going up to Fraser Mountain tomorrow to get some photographs of Fraser Mountain and Kern Valley as they kind of get going. So a lot of things going on, for the Kern High Network, and all of that is for getting photographs of our Achieve magazine and everything that goes in there. And the reason going up there, watch Kern Valley, they got Hannah Hurley. If you haven't heard about Hannah Hurley, he's putting up 30 points a game for Kern Valley, one of the top scorers in the section. And so Bill Gallus does a wonderful job out there, and his 2 superstar kids that we've heard about in the recent years, from Dalton Gallus, who was a quarterback up at BC, and then Rebecca Gallus, who's actually playing, I believe it's in Illinois. She's playing a little bit of basketball and softball, I believe, too, as well. So here we go.
So we are into the second half. Shafter will be working right to left this time. Arvin left to right. Trying to get it out. Mejia had it taken off her foot. And now Arvin trying to work up the right side. Scoreless and unable to control that is number 12, Jacqueline Sosa. Mejia the throw in. Oftentimes you don't see midfielders throwing in the ball. It's usually the back line. Ooh. Nice cross into the box, but Barajas' cross right into the awaiting hands of Lupe Sanchez.
And I'll tell this about Barajas in the first half. There's a couple times where I think she was a little, maybe just a little nervous or anything with the ball, but right there she collected herself and had a nice strike and attempt it at the goal. And that's what you kind of want to see is, hey, guys, let's relax now and let's play our Shafter Generals soccer that we know.
So 39th minute, just underway, second half. Don't forget, right after this, it will be the Shafter boys and the Arvin boys, and that should be a dandy as well. Both teams high quality. Arvin coming off a hard-fought loss last night, 1-0 to Wasco. Shafter hasn't played since Tuesday, and they won 6-0 against Bakersfield Christian.
But they'll also say this about Arvin. They had a big win over Cesar Chavez on Tuesday. So it's like, the game of soccer is a very tricky, interesting game. And I think in certain leagues you see a lot of parity. So,
yep, and sometimes, just like in a lot of sports, it comes down to matchups.
Yep.
And part of of course, the coach's job is to figure that out, figure out what formation work best. How can I get my best players the ball, get them the most touches? Shafter working in midfield now. Ahead cleared by Arvin, but Shafter able to get back to it, and now working it over to the right. Nice job by Cindy Polito. Just took her time and then found the outlet on the right. And now back comes Shafter the other way, but yes, it's Barajas. Back to Mejia. Up the left side, and unable to stop that and hang on to that was Ariana Gill.
Another great ball, another great opportunity. And that's the one thing is, if I'm, Sydney Mejia, maybe a little bit of frustration, but she's still got to play her game and play the right ball right there. And she's had good passes, and her teammates got to step up. And I think Gill knows right there that was a good ball. She's got to take better care of that.
So free kick for the Bears. Mejia cuts it off. Kicked up in the air. Shafter trying to come away with it. Arvin player got a foot on it. That was Flor Torres. Now working out to the left and out of play. Throw in Generals. Getting a little more nippy here.
Great defense right there by the Arvin Bears. That's number 7, Sydney. Let me get this right. Number 7, Anaya Gonzalez did a really good job right there.
In the box, Shafter trying to turn. Good defense by Arvin, and they'll get it out up the left flank now. See if she gets any support. She will just clear it out of play. It'll be a Shafter throw in, but as you mentioned, nice job by the Bears back line over there. Even when Shafter got in the box, Arvin's defense did not panic and able to find the outlet and clear it. And now Shafter will make a change as Ariana Gill will depart. And she will be replaced by number 2, Naleli Sepulveda, the sophomore. Here's Arvin Mejia, left-footed strike, and into the arms of Navarro. But you see, Shafter player making that run on the far post, Vega. And now that will be a handball against Arvin, so Shafter free kick into the 35th minute of action. Both teams will meet again on February 7th. At Shafter.
That's a great day. I'm just letting everyone know that.
That must be your birthday.
Yeah, absolutely. So under control right here, and I like the touches that you have from your 2 captains, and they kind of set the precedence of playing, not trying to over-dribble. Even we see Roque right there dribble a little bit much, but just quick touches, quick passes, and trying to get the blast in there.
Mejia, the long shot. Bounces into the arms of Navarro.
And we've talked about this tonight. They sometimes are a little more open, than they're just panicking because they feel they're so used to people so used to defenders collapsing on them quickly. But, she had time right there, and maybe another 1-2 steps to get a better shot on goal right there.
Yep, I definitely agree with you there. And now to the middle. Right-footed strike. Nope. Roque decided to try and pass it. The defenders backed off. No one closed her down, and she decided to try to pass it up, and it is sent out of play.
And I think both Roque and Mejia right here are pressing right now, and they just got to play what the game's given them, what the ball's given them. So
it's a free kick for the Bears. Arvin defending. Shafter comes away with it. Barajas. Nope, excuse me, Roque. Left foot. Tries to throw ball. Oh, and a nice run by number 4, Vega, but she just out of her reach again, but a beautiful ball by Roque.
Yeah, absolutely. And the opportunities keep happening right there for Shafter, and eventually it's going to shake loose. I mean, it's so interesting, this game of soccer. I was doing Stockdale Centennial Boys. It was 1-0 for 70 minutes. And it just seemed like something was going to happen. And then Jarrett Fiddler has a hat trick in 10 minutes. So it's like you never know when those goals are going to come, and sometimes they come in bunches. And so curious to see whoever kind of scores first, what that leads to as well.
Yeah, head coach Jeff Vaughn of the Centennial Boys certainly has a gem in Mr. Fiddler.
I tell you that right there, number 4, our girl, Vega, I told you she was going to be the one that is going to score that first goal. She's around it all the time. And so just got to get those opportunities.
She does a great job of working herself into scoring positions, which all great strikers have a knack for doing. She moves well without the ball, but still no payoff. And the throw-in by Arvin. And now Arvin will get it past midfield, but Shafter there. Clear it out to the right. Midfield.
And I think for either one of these teams, one goal, one big play can really be the energizer to really get it going right there. And I think whoever scores that goal, I think this could be a 2-0 game, because I think it gets contagious, it gets infectious, and I think that whoever gets that great ball again right there by Mejia, she's pretty slick on those passes. You can definitely see she makes everything go.
Yep, she definitely does. She knows how to distribute that ball. She's got great vision. Now Arvin trying to push it ahead, trying to track that down is Cynthia Magana. Enough for defense. Shafter battling, and they will get it out of danger. Good defending there by Pulido again. Cindy Pulido doing a nice job supporting that back 3 at the top of the diamond.
Has an opportunity right here.
Here's a chance, right-footed shot, well wide. But a good chance nonetheless.
Gordillo right there with a good shot, and that's a high percentage shot getting on there. He got nothing to lose getting out there. She made a good run and stayed under control and had a decent enough shot. So,
and now number 13, Ana Garcia, will check in to replace number 22, Cynthia Magana. We're in the 29th minute of action, still scoreless from Arvin High School. Double dip tonight. SSL variety. Arvin with a steal. Turnover. Into the middle. Shot. Left-footed strike. And a save made. And trying to clear it, and Arvin battling for it.
What a save right there. Holy
on Gordillo. So, when you don't face a lot of shots as a goalkeeper, you better really be on your toes, because at some point you're going to have to make a save, and that was a beautiful save that time by number 80, Lupe Sanchez. And now the throw-in for Arvin, as Arvin starting to spring into life a bit here in the second half. Out to the right, intercepted. Nice footwork there by Priscilla Barajas, and it will be a throw in for the Bears as they're trying to keep it in their offensive third. Throw in, intercepted, out of bounds, but it will be Arvin's ball.
Make sure you check out Twitter, KHSD Athletics, Facebook, Kern High Network. We're putting up replays, and we're definitely going to put up that save by Lupe Sanchez right there. Just the effort and energy she gives. And like you said, she hasn't had been challenged a lot tonight. And for her, for one of those rare opportunities, she gets in there.
Loose ball into the box. Good hustle. Boy, that was a dangerous ball. Nice job of Sanchez to come off her line and get that, because it was close there as the substitute nearly got to that. Number 13, Ana Garcia. And now attempted cross, and that's going to be a goal kick for Shafter. I thought that went off a general player, but I was wrong. Sometimes it's very difficult to see this height. But there's nothing better than being right here where you can hear, you can taste all the action. You can see everything develop. That's what I love about the game of soccer and the game of hockey. Total team play, so much team support. Here comes Shafter the other way now.
Good ball right there.
But Ajas up ahead to the left. And now stolen away. Arvin battling. Good defensive play there by the Bears again. And now trying to work the other way out to the right, and too much. The ball was too heavy off the foot.
I thought Barajas had a good ball right there, but I think the sophomore Sepulveda's got to take care of that ball a little bit more, especially when you have opportunities. And I think they had that 2-on-1 opportunity right there. They got to be more effective with that. She's got to take care of the ball a little bit more.
Up the right side now, Arvin trying to move
Good
it.
ball.
Good ball. Can she? She just couldn't quite control it. Number 23, Gordillo, just couldn't quite keep that one in. So throw in for Shafter in the 27th minute of action. And the ball has disappeared? No. Now the throw in. There's 24, Gina Torres. Kept up in the air. Trying to get to it. Arvin comes away with it and nearly had Gordillo breaking on the right, but good defensive play.
Ooh.
Now open.
Martinez.
Arvin pushing it up ahead. There's the right-footed shot. No, she's not going to get it away. Loose ball. Nice defensive play. It was blocked by a Shafter defender. And it looked like that first opportunity there by number 16, Maria Martinez.
Foot dragging a little bit right there. I don't think she could get that right off there. I think she had an opportunity, was thinking about the right moment to get it, but sometimes you can't think. You put caution to the wind and you just go up there and you just let it rip. And I think she had her opportunities, but just barely missed that.
She may have been trying to pick her spot. She had the far side of the goal open. Now Arvin is really coming to play here. They're really starting to bring numbers, and maybe that was head coach Luis Teo's plan the whole time. We're going to sit back. We're going to defend. We're not going to concede, and then we're going to start to bring numbers up in the second half. And Arvin with a little jump here to their game in the second half, and they're keeping it in the offensive third. So here comes a throw in on the near sideline. Into the air, headed into the box. Shafter trying to clear, loose ball, still dangerous, and that'll be a throw in for Arvin.
You're absolutely right. Arvin seems to have a lot of possession with the ball right there. And if I'm Shafter and I want to get back in that, you got to get it back to your playmakers, and you got to get it back into Mejia and Roque's foot so they can do it. Oh,
loose ball.
Oh!
Back of the net.
And it is a goal
the goal
right
is
there.
Scored for Arvin, a long shot. And, Kyle, we talked about it. You just got to take shots. I mean, you never know with the field. You never know. It could take a deflection if you don't shoot it. And Arvin, we saw it coming.
And I believe that was number 13, Anna Garcia, right there.
The substitute who came on.
Was able to sneak that in right there.
She came on for Magana, and a huge goal there for Ana Garcia. Garcia, that's her first goal of the season. And that is huge for Arvin. It's their first goal in SSL play in 2017-18. And now Shafter, we'll see if they respond. And maybe a goal needed to be scored in order to really bring this place to life. So 1-0 on the strike by number 13, Ana Garcia. And I don't know if it hit anything. I don't know if it was a clean shot or if goalkeeper Lupe Sanchez just missed that.
Yeah.
But now Shafter into the box. Barajas trying to get the shot away in a defensive play made, and Navarro able to make the save.
And this could be great building block, great momentum change, great everything as they're trying to, get this figured out. But what a great, great goal it was for the Arvin girls.
Yeah, Arvin has only scored now 7 goals on the season, and they're first in SSL. And like you say, maybe that is a building block. The Bears have battled. They defended well in the first half.
Good ball.
And now, beautiful ball up ahead. And remember, Arvin coming off a 2-0 loss last night, a hard-fought loss.
And Valdivinos has been right in the middle of everything right there. And I think she's done a great job of really pushing the Arvin pace forward. And we talked about her all night. But she's had a wonderful game tonight. And, sometimes it's controlling, getting the possession is huge.
So it'll be a throw-in for Gina Torres and the Bears. Loose ball. Arvin's getting to those loose balls in no man's land where they were struggling a little bit in that first half to get to. So Shafter throw-in. We are in the 21st minute of the second half. And all the way back. And a smart play.
And I'm going to tell you, you just said it right there, smart play. Mejia, we've seen throw-ins all night. That was a rocket right there. And she's like, hey, give me the ball. And she throws it forward. And she may not have been open, but now you have this opportunity where I think Mejia realized that we need to get it. We need possession of the ball. We need to be close to the goal because we know the keeper, so we know what's happening, the 18-yard box, so we have our opportunities again. She wants to re-switch the possession.
Yeah, excellent point. And now the throw-in by Jackie Gomez.
Good clear out.
Good clear by Arvin. Trying to push it ahead. Now control in the midfield, and now Shafter will take it back. Nope, only momentarily. Now Shafter will try to settle. Roque. Now to the right. Jackie Gomez tried to play it ahead for Barajas, and it will be a foul against Shafter, so it will be a free kick for the Bears with a 1-0 advantage on the strike by number 13, Ana Garcia, just outside the 18 and underneath the near post, just under Lupe Sanchez. Stolen away. Roque, too strong. I think she was trying to play that to Barajas, but that was too heavy of a ball. Now it'll be an Arvin throw-in.
Can't hesitate. Got to get it in. It looks like it slipped off maybe a little bit right there.
That ball could be wet, little wet.
And I think, and I think this right now, I think Shafter needs to play with a little bit more urgency, as we've kind of seen. A few of the players are picking it up, but if I'm some of the captain leadership and we look at overall talent just on the eye test, I think Shafter's got that talent, but sometimes, like you said, weird things happen. It's a round ball, but it bounces weird directions sometimes.
And now into the Shafter lineup, number 3, Ariana Gill. She will come out to the left. Started the match, back in the lineup now. Here's Roque trying to control it. Roque, a long shot that will sail harmlessly wide to the left of Navarro. So a free kick, a goal kick for Arvin. Into the 18th minute. Okay, here comes Mejia, working up the left. Stopped momentarily, gets it to the right, tries a shot, and Navarro was there waiting. And she had 2 players inside the box.
Yeah, absolutely. But Arvin still's got about 6 back on defense, and now with a 1-0 lead, they're going to try and secure that, get that SSL win, and try and sneak that out. I think could be important for Arvin as they can drop people back on defense. Got a player down.
Yeah, I think, can't tell. She's cramping up or?
Yeah, I think it could be a cramp, and sometimes, and that's number 10 right there, Priscilla not Priscilla Brajas, looking at the wrong roster right there, but it's number 10, Clarissa Vaca. Sometimes kids, when it's cold like this, they don't drink water, and so they get a little dehydrated because they're not drinking enough water, and it sounds weird because you always assume it with, hot and damp conditions, but if you don't drink enough water sometimes and you twist and you turn, there's moisture in the air, you can get cramps.
And now Vaca trying to stretch it out, trying to get a little help from her teammate, Kate Chavez. So play stopped momentarily. Seconds continue to tick away, and of course only our head referee has the official time. And now Vaca will just have to slide.
Which I don't like that. Someone's got to help her up. Come on, coach.
And now the coach will take care of his player, Luz Teo, trying to get her stretched out and get her back on the field. So free kick, Arvin, with a 1-0 lead. The only goal of the match scored by the substitute, Ana Garcia, the sophomore, number 13, her first of the campaign. Shafter coming away with it. 2-on-1, right-footed strike, and just wide by number 4.
That's Gill right there. Ariana Gill. Or Stephanie Vega,
yeah,
I apologize.
Stephanie Vega.
Who's had her opportunities right around the ball.
But she slowed down a little bit in the second half. Haven't seen her quite as involved. They could really use a Steph Vega goal now. Into the 15th minute. Lead back. And now cleared out of play. Throw in Shafter.
One thing that's tough when you're Miss Herrera for Shafter, Miss Mejia, who's probably their best person to throw the ball in. Maybe their best defender, maybe their best forward, maybe their best kind of everything out there. She's going to try and get her opportunities to cross the ball. Look at that right there, just the handles that she has.
Turner defender, and the shot just went off the side of the post. Boy, just to get the shot away, completely turned her defender inside out. And now trying to work it back the other way, but Shafter's there, only to get it to midfield. And now the ball goes out of play. Throw in Shafter. Boy. Number 22 will return to the Bears lineup, Cynthia Magana. And taking a seat will be the goal scorer, number 13, Ana Garcia. As she did a nice job out there.
to get those bench points, especially when you're struggling to, put goals in the net. For her to be able to get in there and get it is huge.
And we have to remember Luis Teo took his team last year, he lost 3 seniors, but took them all the way to the Valley final. Now loose ball, dangerous ball. Arvin trying to control, they can't. And that ball will sail over the head of Ariana Gill. So throw in for Arvin as they continue to try and keep it in their offensive end, where they've had it quite a bit this second half.
And sometimes if Arvin could get this win out here, that's getting a win where they didn't even dominate, the game. A lot of the opportunities and shots came by Shafter. So they're going to keep plugging away, ticking away. Martinez kind of get in there, get a ball. Ooh.
Nice ball. Chance.
Oh.
And Magana just sends it wide. She had a little trouble with the first touch.
Yeah.
Good hustle. But she did get a shot away, maybe not as much as she wanted on it. That was Maria Martinez.
And I would like to see Maria go to the left side of that right there and cross up the keeper. Nonetheless, I mean, she had an opportunity, like you said, misplayed the first attempt at the ball, but she's able to stay with it.
So here comes Mia working through midfield, trying to get it up to Barajas. Barajas cuts in front. He's got a nice cut through, and I thought he might have played the advantage, but she fell down, and Arvin got the ball, so he couldn't play the advantage there. So it'll be a free kick for Shafter from about 30 yards out. And Arvin holds that back line, and not out of dodge yet, but Ariana Gill trying to send it back into the box off the defender. Now Arvin will clear it and gets it near midfield and forces Shafter to move back, and it'll be a throw-in for Arvin as it's cleared by Cindy Polito. Throw in Arvin in the 12th minute.
And it definitely is getting colder out here once that sun's gone down.
But clear.
Absolutely. No fog.
Beautiful. Priscilla Barajas working hard up the left side. She's going to try and get in the box. Mejia's waiting for it. Mejia left-footed strike. She might have been able to move it to her right foot. She took the shot early. Good job on the left side there by Priscilla Barajas with the distribution, but still Shafter left frustrated.
I think she knew she had an opportunity right there. And if you notice that Mejia is playing in that forward position right now for Shafter, we saw her anchor the center in the first half, and now she's playing up in front right here. So I think Coach realizes that he's got to start moving his best players up into those front lines so they can get some opportunities to score.
Yeah, a loss by Shafter would set them back under 500 in league play. Arvin, of course, looking for its first win.
Which means a lot to, kids. I've been on teams where, we've struggled to win and get those victories in there. And then when you get that, it means a lot. It just changes the psyche of a team, gives them the confidence that they need, especially when you got a group of sophomores the way that Arvin does. And they've kind of, you hate to call any program that they're regrouping or reorganize or, trying to rebuild, because you always want to stay up top. But, I mean, that's what this is a rebuilding year from being on top of that mountain. And so this would be a huge opportunity for Arvin.
Yeah, it definitely happens. And Magana, who was down on the far sideline, was shaken up for a bit, able to get back in the play and nearly tracked down that ball for a goal-scoring opportunity. But now up the right, here comes Shafter. Let's see if they get any support. Cutting to the middle, nicely defended there by Arvin. Trying to step in front is number 4. And Vega was unable to get it. Now Arvin pushes back the other way, and it's out of play.
So the Roque I saw right here, one of your other, probably your second top talent behind Mejia right there. You know, Shafter had 5 defenders back, and I know if that's part of your set or whatever, but on a ball right here where people are scrambling around the ball and opportunities, I see Roque push up, and especially as the time's ticking down and you're looking for goals and opportunities to score, she's a striker right there for the Shafter Generals right there. Whether doesn't matter what position she's at, she can strike and score.
Yep. Try to outman the defense. Shafter trying to move it up, looking for that equalizer. We are in the 8th minute of the match of the second half. 8 minutes, 8th minute. Up ahead for Vega. Coming back and now tries a long ball up ahead and out of the reach of number 10, Barajas.
I think that's Mejia on the far side over there. She was making that run, but you could definitely tell she's, I think, maybe a little gassed right now, hands on the hips. She's been running a lot up and down, playing various positions, but probably the last 10 minutes or so, it's in strike mode, so she's trying to make her runs, conserve her energy, all that as well.
I'm sure it's been a frustrating evening for Sydney Mejia. Done a nice job of distributing the ball. Had a couple of free kicks herself.
You know, one very dangerous thing we just saw right there is the Arvin number 23 right there, Gordillo, got kicked right in the face. And, you know, at the Kern High School District, we do a lot of studies about concussions, and we track our concussions of all our players each week. And the second most concussed sport behind football is kind of the number one is girls soccer because of plays like that right there, getting bashed right there in the face. So got to be very cognizant, aware. I've seen a lot of headgear in girls soccer at the next level and all that stuff because of instances of concussions and things like that. So.
Yeah, very important point there. Dangerous play. Get kicked up that high. Arvin trying to control it in the final third. Knocked down by Shafter, but Arvin able to get it back. And now out on the right, Jackie Gomez battling on the left, and it will be a throw-in for Shafter in the 6th minute of the second half. As the both boys team warm up, that's going to be a special game. If you thought the girls' game was great, the boys' team, Arvin at 4-1, having lost yesterday. Shafter is right there at 4-1. Should be an entertaining affair. Here comes Shafter now, trying to build from the back, up ahead too far. And we've seen Steph Vega step up more and more, or step back, and try to get the ball in midfield.
And Gina Torres, the defender for Arvin's, got to take a lot more care of the ball right there. It looked like number 3, Ariana Gill, couldn't take advantage of the opportunity, but basically it was a pass from one team to the next, and she's got to take care of that, especially in these crucial moments of the game where you're winning the game. Now clear the ball, get it to the other side of the field.
And Torres with 41 steals on the season. He's done a nice job at right back. It'll be a throw-in.
Nice throw.
Nice throw-in. Ball bounces, and racing off her line to pick it up is Lizeth Navarro. A beautiful throw.
Got to be frustrating. And I think it even surprised even her own teammates that she got it in that far. But once again, Miss Mejia, pretty impressive.
She can certainly do it all. Shafter's hoping she has another trick up her sleeve to try and get this equalizer as we're into the 4th minute. Time is running out here. Arvin trying to notch its first South Sequoia League win of the season with a 1-0 advantage thanks to the goal by substitute number 13, the sophomore Ana Garcia. Free kick, Arvin. And a foul committed by Arvin.
And they're trying to play it quickly right now as the clock's tick, 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 ticking down.
Mm-hmm. And now she'll have to retake that.
Which I don't understand, because I'm going to tell you this right there. Soccer, they put the ball wherever they want. They kick it off, they let it go. They can run up and down the sidelines on a throw-in where it's not exactly right. So sometimes they want it where they want it, which won't ever make sense to me. Roque playing solid right there, but I'll tell you what, I like the game in number 6 on Arvin. She's had a great game really stabilizing the Bears tonight.
Yeah, Valdivinos has been a force in midfield. Long strike, harmlessly wide. And you can see some of the Shafter players visibly frustrated. Roque with a long shot there, hoping for the best.
And I think there were opportunities to dribble a little bit more, but I think they're trying to – hopefully they're not throwing in the towel, not saying that they are, but kicks like that sometimes you wonder, you know, if they're trying to press a little bit too much. There's still a lot of time.
Mejia trying to get by her defender, and that'll be a Shafter throw-in.
And that was a slick play right there, because you saw that Gina Torres was trying to shield off Mejia, and Mejia was able to sneak that foot in there and bounce the ball right off her leg and get the throw-in right there. And that's exactly what I want right now if I'm the coach, because the rocket that Mejia has, I mean, look how far back they're playing, has a great throw-in.
Yeah, throws it in, headed right into the arms of Navarro again, but another beautiful throw-in and an opportunity. And
as we near that 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning, as stoppage time right there. Wrong football right there.
Wrong football. Shafter's got to get it back. They've got to hurry. Arvin trying to just clear it anywhere will do. Looking for its first SSL win. Let's be a setback for Shafter at 2-2. They would drop to 2-3. It'll be a throw-in for Shafter. We're into stoppage time. Only the referee, the head referee, he's the only one who keeps the official time. Throw in for the Generals. Stolen by Arvin, cleared. And now hustling for it, battle for the ball. And cleanly taking it away is Salazar for Arvin. But now Shafter comes away with it, plays it over the top. Nobody on the right flank for Shafter, so Arvin will just try to get it past midfield. And now cleared, another throw in for the Generals. Headed up by Arvin. Barajas.
Roque right here with the ball in the middle.
Roque battling, great defensive play, shoulder to shoulder.
Valdivinos, great job.
Clean play by Valdivinos, yes. Great play. Now Valdivinos is down. Still down. She might be cramping up as well.
She's trying to figure out if she's hurt, if she can make it, or
if she's stalling.
You're the official yell. I think she's okay. She's just trying to figure out if it hurt or not right there. It is kind of cold.
And now some of the Shafter players visibly frustrated. Roque and Vega. Shafter clearly had the opportunities in the first half, a couple of free kicks, 3 corners in a row that Arvin defended well right before the half, and then Arvin gets the breakthrough goal from the substitute, Ana Garcia. Her first goal of the campaign, number 13.
You see the coach, Arvin's coach, say, hey, where's the clock? Come on now, we need to know what it is. Coach Tello right there is wanting this game to end and the whistle to blow.
I'm sure it seems like an eternity here. Maybe one last chance for Shafter up the left flank and running into the defender.
Gina Torres right there. She's had a solid game in the back. You know, to have some talent out there, she's able to then step in and.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what, Arvin's played a tough physical game here. Nice turn. Barajas, she gets a shot away. And 2 players right there. Mejia crashing along with Vega. Boy, that was a beautiful shot.
Yeah,
and that could have very easily slipped by the goalkeeper.
Yeah, absolutely. And she was all over the ball and was making sure it was going nowhere. Coach still wondering about this time when that's going to tick off, as I think a lot of us are.
You never know what the head official is thinking. It's got to be close now. Arvin,
if I'm Arvin, just kick it deep in the other opposite side. That's a great.
Such a smart.
That's fine. Just kick it far away. I'd like to see him go to either corner to get where you want to look at, where there's no one at.
I think she might have attempted to do that, but it went down the middle, and now free kick for Arvin.
Kick it all the way in the corner right here. Just keep it away from everyone. Or take your time right now to get the free kick. So kick it in the corner, the left corner, the far corner.
Just run the clock out. Got to be close here. There's the kick in the box, and harmlessly to Lupe Sanchez. She will kick it away. Shafter battling. They're trying to get at least one more opportunity to midfield. Roque trying to turn. Stolen away by Arvin. Now Vega up the right side. Good defensive play there by Angie Gonzalez. Throw in Shafter.
A lot of stoppage time. I mean, this is like almost a whole other half right here. Looking at this. This is, if I'm the Arvin coach, Coach Tello, I'm stressing right now because it seems like an awful lot of time.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is in professional soccer, you get 3 substitutions for each side, and you get an offside there. Is it an offside?
Yeah, I think that's what they're going to call it.
Yep, offside against Shafter, but you get 30 seconds for each substitution. But here you have endless substitution, so I'm not sure. Not sure how much time is left here, and it's certainly difficult to speculate from up here as we're not down on the field. And at last, the whistle is blown, and Arvin is able to notch their first SSL win of the year. They moved to 1-6, and in overall they moved to 4-10-1. A tough loss for Shafter. They are now 2-3 in league play, and they are 3-11-1 overall for the season. Well played match. We saw Arvin defend mightily. They defended well the entire first half, cleared the ball out of danger. Shafter had their opportunities, were unsuccessful in scoring. And then in the second half, we saw Shafter really try to push the pedal to the metal early on, but then Arvin started to bring numbers up, got the breakthrough goal, and just frustrated Shafter the rest of the way.
It just bounced their way, and sometimes that is. And I think it was a dominant – I mean, Shafter, to me, had probably the 2 best players on the field at the time, but the breaks just went their way. And I think, I'm going to transition into my vote for the Tony's Pizza Player of the Match that I look at. Part of that cog for Arvin – we can't always give it to the goal scorer, even though that's the thing that goes on there. But to me, number 6, Salma Valdivinos, really shored up and really was both defensively and offensively, really played a nice, solid game at that center back position. And so my vote for the Tony's Pizza Player of the game is Salma Valdivinos, number 6 for the Arvin Bears. So she's my vote for Tony's Pizza Player.
Yeah, when I look at the Arvin team, I mean, we could say we give it to the opposition. Sydney Mejia played well. Priscilla Barajas played well. Steph Vega played extremely well in the first half.
Roque played really very well, too, as well.
And Polito did a great job going back at the top of the diamond on defense. And Gina Torres played a solid match, over 40 steals now on the season. But clearly, I agree with you. I think that one of the keys to Arvin's win was winning those battles in midfield. They face some players who, in Mejia and Roque, who have a great deal of skill and deception. And Valdivino's just a tough, physical, hard-nosed player. She gets my vote as well.
Absolutely. Kevin, you agree? Miguel, you agree? Everyone's in agreement. Salma Valdivinos is our Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. I'll be out to the school to deliver that and all that. It's a wonderful opportunity to get to know the kids a little bit. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're actually